Hi, I'm Cliff, and this is my garage. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite little gizmos to use around the house, and that is water hose quick connectors. Hey, welcome back to the garage. And if this is your first time joining me, thanks for dropping by. So, a few years ago, well, no, more like 10, 15 years ago, I remember buying a pair of quick connects for the hose. And they were pretty expensive. I mean like $20, $25 for just a male and a female connector. And it was really nice, but at that price, you know, at least I didn't want to spend that much for it. However, that was because they were made of solid brass. A few years ago, I discovered this new type, and these are made of anodized aluminum. So not only do they work just as well, they are also much less expensive. For, let's see, 3 female adapters and 6 male adapters, it's only like 12 bucks. So really, really cheap. I'll give you a link in the description of the video down below so you can go get your own set. I bought a bunch of them. I probably have twice as many already in use around the house. Now, the way these things work, I mean, it's really pretty simple. You start off at the hose bib, and you put on a female adapter. Now, I know this is a male connector, but these things just, the way they're designed, it swaps the gender of the two ends. It has a built-in washer, so you don't have to tighten it super tight. It doesn't leak at all. Now, on your hose, you take the female end of the hose and you put in a male adapter. Okay. Now, to connect it, all you do is pull this little ring back, and you're hooked up. If you're all done, you want to change, put your hose up. It comes off that easy. I mean, these things are so easy to use. They just, it's a small thing, but it certainly makes a big difference for me. And I think they're well worth the minuscule price that they cost. So you've got your initial hose connection set up. Now you go to the other end of your hose, the male end, you put on another female adapter. Now you're all set to attach whatever you want to it. For instance, here is my favorite spray nozzle that I use a lot, and my wife also loves it. And I put in a male adapter on it. Now if I want to put this onto the hose, instead of having to screw it on, that's it. That quickly, they go on, they go off. As you can see, this one's considerably more oxidized and scratched up. It's probably been in use for a couple of years, and it all functions just fine. It's not just spray nozzles that you can do either. You can also do things like when you want to spray out fertilizer or weed killer, whatever it is, these kind of sprayers, they work perfectly well with these adapters. Also, sprinklers, little spot sprinklers, you want to put one out, they work just as well. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can also use these to hook together multiple hoses. And there's probably 100 other things that work with this adapter system quite nicely. And they're so cheap. You can also get just the male part separately, I think. I don't know, I've never bought just that. I've always bought the set with the 3 female and the 6 male, and just keep them in a box because we tend to use them a lot. Now, one thing about these is when like for instance, you put your spray nozzle on and you turn on the water, probably you're using your spray and everything, you decide you want to change to a different thing. For instance, spray some fertilizer. If this hose is under pressure, this will not come loose. You can't pull the collar back at all. And so you have to relieve the pressure. Now you can go all the way back to the hose bib, turn it off, and use the handle to release the pressure. Or you just take and this hose is quite stiff. You just crimp the hose, release the pressure off the hose, and now it would come loose just fine. You change it over, put this back on, uncrimp. That's the word I'm looking for. And you're ready to go with this now. When you're ready to change it, same thing. Just kink up the hose and kink, crimp, kink. That's the word. My goodness, I don't know where crimp came from. Anyhow, that's how you change it without having to turn the water on and off. Another thing that's very common to hook up to a water hose is a pressure washer. And you can use the same adapters to make your life easier on this. You'll take a male adapter and put it on the pressure washer, and now you can quickly connect your hose to it. But there's another type of connector. These are specifically for the high pressure hose that you can use so that you can disconnect the hose itself from the pressure washer and from the wand. Now these use a different type of adapter. You can't use the same kind. And these are a little more expensive. In this case, for a pair, a male and a female, is about $12 versus...
Note that the size and style of quick connector varies according to pressure washer manufacturer. I believe most machines will require a 22mm by 3/8 inch adapter, but some use a 15mm by 1/4 inch adapter instead. And I know there are other sizes out there too, so check your pressure washer to make sure what you'd need.
Versus $12 for a whole set of them, of the regular ones, but you don't need as many of these. For instance, here I've got the male adapter on my pressure wand, and hooking it up to the hose is super simple. Take it back off. Now I've got another one of these that it's much heavier, and it telescopes out to 15 feet long. And if you've got other pressure washer devices, you could have fit the same thing to them and easily and quickly change them. Now the same thing applies to them about the pressure. If you're going to change out, you're going to have to take and kink this hose, release the pressure before you could actually disconnect. Putting the water hose onto the pressure washer is just as easy as everything else. You start with the female end. Done. When you're finished and you're ready to disconnect and put everything up, you're disconnected and finished. Putting the pressure hose onto the pressure washer is just as easy as the regular water hose. Now, on your pressure washer hose, you've got 2 female ends. Just take either end, pull the collar back, put it on, and in this case, you put a little pressure and you push, and it snaps in place. To take it off, again, a little bit of pressure, not much, pull the collar back, and it comes back off. Super simple. And if you've ever fought with trying to screw a pressure washer hose onto and off of a pressure washer, you know that this was way easier. Let's do it again. On, off. Okay guys, that's it for today. Just a quick little video to let you know about these things. I really, really do love these things. They've made my life a lot easier in terms of connecting and disconnecting stuff from pressure hoses and water hoses. As always, guys, go down there, find that thumbs up button, give us a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. We are almost at 750 subscribers now. It was only a few weeks ago we were breaking over 700. So this is great. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving us likes on the videos. Thank you for subscribing. It's awesome, and I find it really encouraging. And don't forget, once you subscribe, go down there, find that little bell icon, click on that. That subscribes you to my channel, and that way YouTube will let you know every time that I post new content from here in Cliff's Garage. I'll see you next time.